Hi guys, it's me, Just Lindsay again, and it's 4/20, 2026. So I figured to discuss something that's related to the holiday of April 20th. So I figured to have a little fun with this, and first I talked about the movie The Big Lebowski. So now I'm going to talk about something a little more real for me, and that'd be my bad drug trips. And yeah, this is kind of like I kind of knew that something like this would happen to me, but I didn't know it'd be this severe, and so I didn't think it would happen with this type of intake, if you will. So anyway, during my college experience at Storybook, back in the early 2000s, I was tempted to do a little bit of smoking of marijuana. So my friends would all doing it, and they would call me weird and square for not partaking in it. They called the hookah just for tobacco, just for weirdly scented tobacco, which everyone knows that what kind of tobacco they were smoking in this device. So I figured, okay, it's fine. I wouldn't tell the RA because my friends kept telling me that the RA would she's okay with it. Oh, okay, as long as they didn't force me to do it, because as a person with an unknown neurological condition, I didn't know what would happen in my body then, which is a pretty sick call to make. I've been drunk before and all that, and so I was familiar with the whole acting silly and disoriented type thing. So I knew what that was like. So I didn't know what marijuana would do to my system. So the years go by, and then I started doing. I just tried it once or twice under my parental supervision to try to smoke something, and it really didn't affect me that much. It was more like the motor control of putting the doobie to my mouth that was probably the actual mechanical thing of it. But other than that, once I took a puff, it wasn't that bad of a deal. So I assumed that it was good. It was good. It wasn't good for me, but every once in a while it was alright. So I didn't prefer to do it that way because I can't do it myself. Like I can't go out to somewhere else and just light one up. I couldn't do that. So I didn't like doing it that way. So for one birthday, I had my aunt make me special brownies with with pot in them. So I figured that was good enough. And boy, it was pretty potent, to say the least. And they were good nonetheless. So afterwards, I was very disoriented and stuff, but still in control of my body and whatnot. I could still pick up stuff. I could still play games. I could still drive my scooter around. And it was all well and good. So then, when I recently went to when I went to the near Messina, very far upstate New York, almost on the border I don't want to get into that right now because that was a nightmare and a half. And probably worse than that Trump did his stupid tax on the war and all that other bullshit. Now he's starting that thing, the bridge over there to Canada in Detroit. So I don't think that relations are going to be so hot nowadays. And in any case, we went over there, and we got some free samples of the edibles over there. The edibles were like in like little gummy forms, and they had this one that was like a free edible that was like Rice Krispie treats covered in chocolate. So that's right up my alley. I love that type of stuff. I used to love that stuff. And the thing was that these were THC gummies, so they were high concentrated of the chemical compound in marijuana that makes it so freaky dicky stuff. And when I eat the whole Rice Krispie treat, the whole little, not really a square, but like a blob of it. When I went to bed, or I tried to go to bed afterwards, and thinking that'd be like another silly type of trippy type of scenario like I did with the brownies, where I would possibly have motion control issues. I might be delusional. I might say random shit. The typical drunk or inebriated behavior. So I go to sleep. I try to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I feel a warm sensation in my upper back, in my spine area. So I figure, okay, that's totally normal. So then I get this weird sensation in my heart, another warming sensation in my heart. Now, those of you who know me well, you will know that I have a heart murmur issue. Not that big of a deal, but still, it's kind of scary shit when you're dealing with this unknown amount of THC that could potentially be harmful to my person. So then this warm feeling also spread to my lung area, which I didn't think was possible because I have no lung-related issues, no cancer, no pneumonia, no allergies or anything like that I know of. Except maybe when I sneeze and all that when I'm eating, or possibly when the pollen is extremely high. But nothing to really call the doctor for or anything. So that occurred. Also, when it felt like it would go into my neck area, but for some reason it just stopped when it got to my brain region. The which effect over here and then down. Very similar to what happened when I had my onset of my condition or my disease, whatever you will call it. We would stop it, but to reach my brain and just halt its progress. So that was really, really freaky. And it wasn't in the phone either. So there was also like a bout of chills, followed by extreme calmness, where it would taste like it would be like chilly, even though it was on the blanket at the time, followed by calmness. Everything was good and stuff. And this little calmness chill cycle would go on for like 3, maybe 4 cycles afterwards. So I knew it was pretty much safe after 3 cycles. So during this calmness, another symptom would come about where my heart would race. Look at this, I was doing a very strenuous activity for 5 minutes at a time. It was really scary shit. So this is what it feels like to have a bad drug trip. You know, it wasn't so much that I was hallucinating. Like, this felt like my body was really hyperventilating and all that stuff, and shaking and all that other stuff. And it was very disturbing actually for someone like me. And let's see here, you know, this whole thing about chills, then the heart racing was very, very weird and very freaky and scary for me. And let's see, well, there, and then the comment just came right off the bat, like it was like an on-off switch 3 or 4 times. So like, how in the hell could this possibly happen to me? And then afterwards, for like 10 minutes of all this stuff, it was over with. Like, flat out done with. So then I told my father about it. He said that don't do any more of that type of edible. You know, it's probably bad for your system, with the heart, with the nervous system and all that. Which I kind of thought it would be bad for me because of what happened to me, because what I predicted would happen to me back in college and stuff. So I figured I might as well try something else, try another edible, free sample, because, you know, you can't beat that bad twice. You know, it's a different product, it's a different thing altogether. So I figured I would try the gummy shaped thing, you know, because it's way smaller than a blob of the other stuff, the Rice Krispie treat thing, you know, because it's probably more compact, probably smaller, probably less of the dosage, right? So I had just one of these gum drop shaped things, and sure enough, after a little bit of a delay, after like a 2 or 3 hour delay, something happened to me. You know, with the same shakes, chills, heart racing, the warm feeling of much the upper back to my lower neck area. So it was really scary shit. I thought for a second or 2 when this happened a second time, I thought that perhaps maybe it was perhaps maybe the THC possibly healing whatever I had in my spine and my heart and whatnot. But then I thought that can't be right, because I experienced the same thing when I had the COVID shot, and when I would imagine when I had the onset of my disease. So I kind of said no to that whole thing that is healing me, because I have heard that certain THC products do affect people with disabilities in different ways. But then again, I remember also that those same products are they have they're engineered in such a way that THC is psychedelic effects to it are kind of either neutralized or severely hampered, so that when you take a medical prescribed edible or product or pill or whatever, that those things are more of they are more effective than deadly. I had the unfortunate case of having. So yeah, it's really scary. I won't eat any more edibles, especially from up there with such a high concentration. They might put like a 20 or 30% in there. I think somewhere around that percentage. So with relatively high dosage, like I could possibly do it like a pop brownie or something, but maybe it's something like an absinthe. No, I can't drink something that is green. But I still prefer to do, if I were to do that at all, I would have preferred like in a form, in the medical supervision. Because one of the things that my father always touted was that there could be a possibility that marijuana or some other type of drug plant will be able to possibly cure my disease or make it better at least. Make the symptoms not be so severe. But yeah, that's where medical advice would come into play, because I was wholly against doing anything about drugs and all that. And yeah, we're kind of right there. Let's see here. Yeah, it was some really scary shit. I don't know if I was wearing a fever at the time, but it was still pretty scary to feel the chills and shaking, even though I was in my bed, not doing anything, just laying down and just laying belly sit up. Even when I did the trick where I lay on my back to prevent the chills from getting to me that much, it still didn't work as well as I hoped, because it was like an internal type of feeling and sensation. So that's why it didn't want to let me go that easily. Anyway, those are my bad drug trips, and I did this on April 20th of 2026. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, I never experienced anything like that. Whenever I would drink alcohol, whatever I would drink, no matter how powerful the drink was, I would never experience it like that. And it was really scary shit. Especially for me that never experienced a bad trip in my life. Let's see. I thought it would be just like a regular stupid, haha, you think you're saying stupid shit. Your control is not as good as you would like it to be. Like, haha, you hit a wall or something with your scooter, or you banged into the table. I would never ever walk around with my walker with drugs or alcohol in my system. That totally arrests me for disaster. Especially because I can't walk straight to begin with. So, yeah. Could you imagine how exaggerated I would be if I was drunk and I walked around in my walker? Yeah, that wouldn't be very pleasant for me or the cat involved. Poor Bella. She would look at me and say, I see shit. But besides that, I'm gonna enjoy talking about my bad drug trips. And happy 420 day. And have a happy and safe rest of your day. And all that. And, yeah. Ever since I got into play a little bit, and many brothers now in detective at the gym, where, yeah, there are some people that go to the gym to get stoned or brothers up, which is like kind of funny. Anyway, if you like what you hear and you want to see more of my videos of myself, you know, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also, contact me for future information on future stuff, like call me or texting me at 631-707-3707. Or if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer, at Pete Nelson Pro. My my email is at jjsviewchannel@gmail.com. So, it's all you guys and girls out there in this land who like to partake safely in these type of activities. You know, please drink and eat this type of stuff responsibly. Let me know if you guys had any other bad tripping moments, especially if you're got a disability, or if you got a neurological thing like I do. You know, where everything is not copacetic with your body already to begin with from square one. And how it affected you. So, yeah, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in video land. Instant land. Namaste. Sayonara. And, let's see, what was that other one? Groovy? No, it wasn't groovy, but, let me find out. One tastes Stay Frosty, but Stay Frosty, I'm trying to think what a hippie person said to me in Woodstock once. You'll probably think of it when I'm done with the video. I'll put the comment section. Yeah.